to give Mattel too much slack because they have been doing a pretty good job with making new artworks and stuff for cars within the past couple of years. I mean, they gave Dash Boardman, some random green camera car, a new artwork for really no apparent reason in 2022. And then they just kind of did the same thing with an international version of Kevin Shipwright, the Clutch Aid racer from Cars 1. I don't really get it. They gave him a new artwork. Doesn't really make sense. That one still hasn't hit the US and Canada, by the way. Not really sure why. But for a car like this, Lightning McQueen Deputy Hazard with Slime, they don't give him a new artwork. It just boggles my mind because, they've been designing brand new artworks for all of the GRC racers too this year in 2024. So why couldn't they just give Lightning McQueen Deputy Hazard some slime on his artwork? Would it have really been that hard to edit this image, put some slime on it, and obviously probably change his expression too, because I don't think that would look that great if he was smiling while covered in slime. But either way, they did not, of course. But either way, he also is still a new car. So we're going to be reviewing him today. Lightning McQueen Deputy Hazard with slime. Apparently not. It's just Lightning McQueen Deputy Hazard to Mattel, even though we know it is the version with the slime. Mattel just for some reason doesn't want you to know it. They didn't label it on his little name tag there, and they did not obviously give him a new artwork. But oh well, he's still new in my eyes and, well, everyone's eyes, because he is actually a new car. Anyways, though, welcome on back to the Cars Garage, everyone. That was a little bit of a rant, but I just had to get that out because it's so annoying when they don't give a new car a new artwork, but yet they'll go back and give old cars, which didn't really need a new artwork, a new artwork. It doesn't really make sense to me. But either way, yeah, I guess we'll still zoom it on in and check out this artwork, even though it's not new. It's just the classic Lightning McQueen Deputy Hazard artwork, which, by the way, we haven't seen it on Red Riders yet because he was only ever released previously, like the regular version of McQueen Deputy Hazard, as a single and in a 2-pack with Bella Cadabra last year in 2023. So, yeah, we never seen it on Red Riders before, so I guess that's cool. Now it is, but it's not really the right one. And I'm sure he'll come back for 2025 without the slime, and they'll use the same artwork, obviously, and obviously the same background because they're not changing the packaging anymore, it doesn't seem like. So that's a little annoying, but this car does seem pretty cool. It's kind of like the Space Creature Lightning McQueen that they did a little bit earlier in the year. This one first came out in case D, and I believe, yeah, this one, Space Creature McQueen, came out in case C. It's really cool. It's like the Critter Buster McQueen underneath, but you put the cloak on, and it's Space Creature McQueen. Alien Lightning McQueen, as I would prefer to call him, but for whatever reason, I'll call him Space Creature McQueen. So this is pretty much the same deal, except it's a little bit different because the slime doesn't cover his whole body, and it's kind of like translucent too, so you can see just his regular paint underneath the slime, and you can still see his eyes, not really his mouth, but I don't know, it's pretty cool. I like that. It's more like the Cupcake McQueen, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, that they did in 2020, and that one became extremely rare. So will this one become rare? Will the Space Creature McQueen become rare? It seems like all the 2-in-1 McQueens kind of have potential to become rare since Cupcake McQueen did. Anyways, on the back, as seen in Cars on the Road, we got Rodette Marker, Randy, Critter Buster Mater, still waiting to get him, and then Motto, Mallory Carhut, and I don't even want to say his name. You guys know who he is. The ugly yellow car known as Kirsten Marshall. Okay, he's not that bad, but I'm so sick of seeing him. I went to the store a couple weeks ago and I saw like 10 of them on the pegs. Some Cars on the Road, some Red Riders. So ugly, but luckily things are getting better now. They've been restocking the shelves, and that's how I found this guy. I also found GRC Max Chanel and Union Jack Ramon, which means I found Case L, 2024 Singles Case L, the second last case of the year. We're almost at the end of the year. It's hard to believe, but pretty darn cool. So happy I found it at Wally Mart's finally hit Canada, and this is the first time this guy has been available in Canada too, because obviously, like I said, it was first available in Case D, the half count version, but that case never came to Canada. Maybe it will later at like the Dollarama or something, but it never hit Walmart's. At least to my knowledge, I never found it. But you never know. I don't know. Maybe that or Case F. That's the only. I think he's only in the full count version of Case F. So he's been a little bit obscure here in Canada. Very obscure, but not anymore. He's available now. So without any further ado, let's bust him open, guys. Wow, this is a lot of cars from the B movie episode that we now have as diecast. This is really the 10th one. Well, it is if you count the UFO being a real character, but I guess it's not really so. I guess this is the ninth one. Well, the ninth one for me. This is actually the first one that they did this year in 2024, but ironically, I'm reviewing it last. Good old Light McQueen, Deputy Hazard with Slime. I think he was the first one, right? Yeah, because he was first in case D, whereas President Mater was in E, the following case. So really, really cool. I am surprised they did this one before so many other variants, or like even before re-releasing Bella Cadavra just as a single or doing her assistant. A little bit surprising that they chose to do this McQueen over them. But you know what? I'm not upset about it at all because he looks really cool and he does have a new expression under there. So it's not just that, he's the exact same car, but he has the extra accessory being the slime. No, he really is a different car, so that's awesome. Anyways, so I'll show you where he appears at in Cars on the Road. We all know McQueen was a horrible actor in the episode. He really tried his best, but it just wasn't good enough. He failed to say his one line of dialogue, "Don't look at me." And, well, once he finally did say it, kind of good, he just kept getting slime thrown into his face, and he just couldn't even handle that. It was too cold, too icky. He didn't like it. So point is, McQueen just should never act. Just stick to racing, McQueen, okay? Stick to what you're good at. Anyways, though, before we dive on in and do some close-ups with this guy, I want to see if this piece of slime comes off, because I know that some of my friends have had some trouble getting it off, especially Mr. Doggett. So I don't know. It's not coming off as easy as the cloak on the space creature McQueen. There we go. Yeah, you just gotta get it around the light bar, then it comes off pretty easily. That's cool, actually. Wow. Oh my goodness, this is a variant for sure. That's insane. He's so much darker than the one they originally did earlier in 2024. This is the new Case L one, but the one they did originally was much lighter. It was really just like this one, exactly the same as far as the darker brown color. Here it's really not even that much darker than the rest of them, but here it is way darker. I don't really know why they did that other than to match him up with Tony Motorfelt. I guess like that must be it, because yeah, that matches perfectly. That's strange. I don't know. I mean, I can't say I don't like it. It does look nice. I like the darker brown. Before it looked kind of like an ugly, I don't want to say it, but diarrhea color, if I'm being honest. Now it looks more like a chocolatey brown, like a hazelnut. And I like that better. Is it more accurate though? It's definitely not. I can't say it's more accurate. But either way, I mean, a variant's a variant. If you want the original one, you can still get it online and stuff. And I actually just got it ordered from Mr. Docket, so it should be here pretty soon. Not going to be opening it because that would be kind of silly, I think. But, I thought I might as well get it just because you never know. It might become rare since it was the original one, and I don't think they'll be making it again. I think this is the way he's going to look from now on. If he gets future re releases, he'll look like this. So I just thought it was a good idea to order one from Mr. Doggett because they're pretty common over there in the States. So I thought, you know what? Mr. Dockett won't mind if I ask him for one. And he didn't at all. He actually already had one, so he didn't even have to go pick it up for me. He already had one, which was pretty cool. But yeah, he does have all of the exact same decals and everything, just like he had before on his regular Deputy Hazard counterpart. He has the Deputy Hazard badge there. Try to zoom it in even more just to get an even closer look. There we go. Really cool star with the 6 edges. That's cool. And then the 5 edge star in the middle, nice and red. Deputy Hazard, I believe it's supposed to be with 2 Z's. Yeah, it is. I think they spelled it wrong on here, right? Or did they get it right on here and they spelled it wrong on the card back? I forget now. Either way, they did not change this decal. It looks the exact same to me. Maybe a bit more like white. If you can see like the outline there, the yellow outline, there's more white. It was kind of more like just yellow before. So that's kind of different. But other than that, it is kind of the same. Wow, putting them next to each other though, I do like this one better. It's not more accurate. He is supposed to look the other way, and I think Tony's supposed to look like that too. So I'm just not really sure where they changed it, but it doesn't look bad. It really doesn't. It's more like of a contrast now, so I do like it. This side, he still has this badge too, so same decals as Deputy Hazard, then Deputy again in this cool like emblem. Very nice. The dark background and the red and yellow trim. And then, yeah, it's a little bit blurry, but it's not horrible. The rims look good. I love how he has double trim. He has the dark maroon rims and then the red and yellow trim. Very cool. Very old fashioned, like copish, like a westerny cop. Very nice. Now the mouth, I don't think they changed the mouth at all from the regular Deputy Hazard McQueen, did they? Where did he go? There he is. No, they kept that the same, so it's not a new casting, but the eyes are different. That's just a plastic eye plate on both of them. So yeah, they just changed the eyelids. They didn't even change the eyeballs, but they did change the eyelids. Makes them look a bit more like kind of like bashful, I think is a good word to describe this expression. He looks very bashful, very like a little bit like, I just screwed up again, didn't I? Bella Cadaver's just staring at him and just giving him the death stare because she's like, I can't stand this guy anymore. He's a horrible actor. I gotta fire him. But either way, yeah, there's not really a ton of details on this McQueen. So not a ton to talk about, but he does have the nice light bar on top with the blue and red lights, plastic windows, of course, and then on the back, really nothing going on, just this weird little black dot over the left taillight. I'm really not sure why, but it was like that before. Looks good though. Whoa, what the heck? But yeah, everything looks good on this guy. I think the decal quality maybe got worse though, if I'm being honest. It's a little bit lighter too, that decal there. The dark like background of it, it's less dark now. But yeah, pretty cool. Other than that, and obviously the darker brown, it's not really that much different. Take a look at the base quickly. He does have a date stamp, of course, T26A, and then he has two holes for Mater to be able to tow him. And yes, the President Mater can tow him because he has the larger working tow hook. So that's pretty cool. Looks very, very nice. I like that a lot. It's a cool feature. I like that they do that with McQueen and Mater now. But let's talk about the slime. This is the really new part. It's very bubbly, very slimish. Like it does kind of feel like real slime in a way. It's just plastic, more like a rubber, I guess. But it's nice. Kind of feels like not the exact same. It's still like rubbery, like the cloak, but it has a different texture to it. It feels a little bit more slimy, which is nice. This feels more smooth, more like a real cloak, although not really because it's not felted. That would have been cool. They should have made it felted. But either way, this feels very nice, just like slime should. I love how they didn't, just completely slime him. They tried to make it look like how it looks in the episode, and they just did it where it needed to go. Very cool, though. Let's try to get it back on now. That's going to be the real hard part here, I think. Yeah, that's really not that hard. I think old Mr. Duckett was just having a little bit of trouble because he didn't really want to break it, and I understand that. But we didn't have any problems with it. Looks great. You can't really see his mouth. You can see his eyes, obviously, with the slime on. Obviously, his light bar, you can see that completely. That's what kind of like keeps it on, which is nice. Like if you put him upside down, it's not going to fall off. Whereas with the space creature one, it is. Look at that. If you hold the tires, it's going to fall off, obviously, because it's not really like kept on there very good at all. But this one looks cool. Really can't even tell it's a Slime McQueen from the back, barely. But you can from the sides and the front, obviously, and the top. It's really nice. I do like this McQueen a lot. Honestly, it might be one of the best B movie cars we've gotten so far. Definitely trumps good old Doug Crankle back there. He is definitely still the worst one. I love these new pitties that we got. Very cool. I realized after I reviewed them that, they can actually carry this thing. I think I told you guys that on my review after. I think it was the Miguel Camino GRC review I did, or the Jackson Storm one. I don't know. I showed you guys that somewhere. But that's pretty cool. I can't believe I didn't realize that when I reviewed them. But this McQueen looks pretty darn nice next to the original. I'll be happy to get the older variant with the lighter color, but honestly, I kind of like this one better, even though it's not more accurate. I think the lighter color is definitely more accurate, but I do like this one a lot. Anyways, though, let me know what you think of this brand new Deputy Hazard McQueen with the slime. I want to know, do you guys like him better than the Space Creature McQueen, or not as much? I think I like Space Creature McQueen better because the McQueen underneath the cloak looks more different than the original counterpart, whereas this one just has a new eye plate, but other than that, it's still pretty nice. Thank you as always for watching though. Hope that you did enjoy, and I will see you guys next time right here on the Cars Garage.